Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I am going to be looking at the charts for you today, Thursday, September 21st, 2023. We are reeling from the FOMC yesterday. We had Jerome Powell, his conference really had some hawkish tone, a lot more hawkish tone than he has been having. And so that had a negative weight on the markets. Let's start looking at the dollar. The dollar went sideways today. The market had an opportunity to take advantage of this dollar weakness because the dollar and the markets have been trading inverse. But with the dollar going sideways, the market could do nothing with it because it was so super heavy. Let's look at all the names. We had healthcare with just a little patch of green over here. We didn't even have the hedges, utilities and real estate. Those weren't green. So we had a whole lot of heaviness and red out there. All right. And then tomorrow, we spoke about the FOMC. I want to mention we have some economic data tomorrow at 9:45, S&P Global Services PMI. So that's at 9:45 Eastern. All right, let's go look at what damage was done on the charts. As you can see here, we lost the weekly resistance. So that is what we've been waiting for the bears to take a stand, and they have. We had the double weekly inside bar break bear, and then we had a loss of the key support of 4399. And that puts me in reverse back burner mode. So tomorrow I'm going to be looking for 5 and 15 minute overbought conditions on names that were really, really weak as an opportunity to top fish them. So that's called a reverse back burner. So ES, important point, lost its weekly support. NQ did not. We are holding it by $50 at the moment, so 14,800. That is the level to keep this weekly higher low in play. And it doesn't look like the bulls have what it takes to hold that tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings. RTY, we have lost the weekly support. We look at the monthly. Your key support is 1744. So we had these risk off names like the Russell and Bitcoin were getting hit heavily today because when people want to throw away stocks, they're going to pick the weakest and the riskiest asset class. So small caps, crypto, that's the riskiest asset class. Say that 3 times fast. All right, YM, we lost the weekly support, but we only lost it by $80 and we're sitting on the 50 MA. This still isn't a good look on the weekly at all. So we'll call that a bear break. So NQ is the only shining star of our Fab 4 that is holding the weekly higher low. And that will be greatly dependent on what Apple and semiconductors do tomorrow, in my opinion. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin got rejected at the daily 50 MA. We are looking for a potential daily higher low. I'm not counting this low as a true pivot, so we have enough room for one. But on the weekly, we're just getting clapped by the 8 and 21 EMA overhead. Bulls are really having a hard time at this 50 RSI. And if you look here, we have a potential weekly head and shoulders developing on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I would definitely stay in reverse back burner mode, looking for those top fish setups with this prevailing weakness. All right, looking at gold. Gold bulls are looking for a daily higher low. We rejected at the daily 50 MA here. And if you were on pregame 2 days ago, I believe, yes, I was looking long and my target was 1965 because that's where the daily 50 MA was, and I sold there. And then I was looking for a pullback buy today for this daily higher low, and I got that trade. Let's see, no, not that one here. So this morning when gold had a 5-minute trend change, I got in long, and this is all in public chat room in our Slack. And then those were 2 of my exits, and I still have half that I am swinging, again looking for gold's daily higher low. All right, oil and XLE, this was my queen of the mountain trade as well. I was looking for a top fish in oil against this resistance of 9107. So I was looking for a 4-hour lower high. I drew this short box actually in pregame before the market opened, and price was down about right here, that I was looking for a lower high top fish. And that also gave me the trade for XLE. My queen of the mountain trade is I was looking for a top fish against yesterday's high, 91.83. So on this morning's pop, I took that short. And here I was posting about XLE and I was asked, did I enter it? And it was just entering when I posted that. So I got out those puts $1.18 to $1.53, and then $1.18 to $1.60. And those went to over $2 today. XLE got crushed. And if you look at XLE, it is super crushed. On the weekly, we're looking for a higher low on XLE. Daily, we lost support, but weekly, not yet. So we'll see how XLE behaves. 4-hour oversold, looking for a weekly higher low. So I'm going to kind of pump the brakes a little bit on XLE short, knowing that weekly higher low is the next thing on deck. Let's go look at XLF. We're looking for a weekly higher low here compared to 33.42. And XLF, we closed 4-hour oversold. So if we could get some gap downs tomorrow, some minor gap downs, and still hold that weekly support on this level of 33.42 with the 4-hour being oversold, that could be a great bottom fish. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. XLV, we're holding the weekly support just barely 130.30, and today we hit 130.36. So we're holding it by 6 cents, and we're sitting on the 50 MA. I would say XLV and XLF are super important for the market. If QQQ can't bounce, XLV and XLF will have to pick up the slack or more bear days ahead. I wanted to go over Apple. It is still a weekly inside bar. We're still holding weekly support. So QQQ, NQ, they're holding weekly support, and Apple. How this weekly inside bar breaks will be pivotal to the market. I mean, let's just put a gold star. Let's make sure we know how important this is. Important. Well, I could make it bigger, but oh well. Very important chart. We'll see how it closes. Still holding last week's low. Amazon filled that earnings gap. So we had a gap over here at 129.84. We filled that today. So we'll see how Amazon behaves. Amazon was super heavy today. I think I had news of that they were charging Prime members without their knowledge for membership or something like that. I heard in the chat room. I didn't verify it myself. Okay, SMH, anticipating a monthly higher low. So this weekly, we lost weekly support. It's clear. But we are looking for a monthly higher low. And this daily RSI is 31. So the typical place where we will look for a monthly higher low is we begin scouting when the daily gets oversold. And that's where we are now. We have this gap down and we did not fill it. I would love another SMH gap down tomorrow, and that would get me super excited. All right. Snow was a trade that I took at the end of the day. And what I was looking at is I was looking for this 15-minute lower high, and then I went to a lower time frame and I said, okay, I'm going to wait for it to lose the 2-minute 8 EMA, and it lost it right there on that candle. And that is where I went short. Snow hourly 15-minute lower highs are the more likely scenario. I shorted Snow. Again, this is in our general chat. Cover, cover, cover. Of course, I could have gotten more meat left on that bone, but I'll take it. We had this drop pretty quickly into 2-minute oversold, and this was a really good push up. But overall, that was my other trade of the day, was the 15-minute short. And I always look at volume. If I'm going to believe this bounce and not get in front of it, then I need elevated bull volume. This was a push up on declining bull volume, which gave me more confidence in the trade. Talk to you about XLE, GC, Snow. Oh, XBI was the last one I wanted to go over. Here, we held this monthly support of 72.44. Today we hit 72.82. And we had one of our members, Drastos, I believe is how you say his name. He called this out. He added some LABU, and I thought that was a great call out. XBI did have some relative strength today compared to other names. It closed up near its high of day. And I did have one more, Square. So Square is really beat up, but we are not oversold on the weekly. I would like one more push down and get that weekly oversold. Daily is good and oversold. So one more gap down and SQ would be on watch for potential dead cat bounce. We do have support over here to the left. We are not in black dirt breakdown. So I'm looking at SMH, XLF, and Square for gap down buys tomorrow. But we'll see what happens overnight, and you can join me on the pregame show to get updates if you would like. And then also link below in the YouTube video, we have a link for Dan's interview with Chat with Traders. Check that out. All right, well, thank you for being here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notify button. All right, I'll see y'all in the room, TCG members.